Welcome back to the worst possible Commander Show. I'm Ben. Here is Blake.
Hey.
And CGB.
Hello.
And Shea.
Hello.
And we're playing Lord of the Rings in our show. Use promo code WORST at checkout at coolstuffinc.com. Today I'm playing Samwise Gamgee. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, I create a food token, and I can sacrifice 3 foods and return target historic card from my graveyard to my hand. And my worst possible, bringing back the squirrels. Hopefully more than a Google of them, because apparently that wasn't enough.
I can't wait for him to make 2 Googles of squirrels.
Yeah.
Maybe a Googleplex today, guys. Oh, man.
So this one uses a different card, though.
Yes, it does. It uses Rosie Cotton of South Lane. When she enters a battlefield, I create a food token. Whenever I create a food token, I put a 1/1 counter on target creature other than Rosie, which just happens to be Scurry Oak. And then that will make a squirrel. And then it will start again.
Samwise makes a food.
Yeah.
And then Rosie makes a token. And
Lots of stuff.
It's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, Blake, what are you playing today?
I'm playing Galadriel of Lothlorien. Figured I'd play something I kind of look like. And I am playing, it's basically Scry Ramp. So Galadriel is a 3-mana 3/3 that says whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Galadriel of Lothlorien, scry 3. And whenever you scry, you may reveal the top card of your library. If a land card is revealed this way, put it onto the battlefield tapped. So I'm going to be doing what I love, which is playing blue spells next to green spells and ramping a bunch. Hopefully into Royal Elemental, which is a classic landfall, I take your thing until you kill Royal Elemental, and the Temporal Anchor, which is going to be a ton of card advantage in my deck. So I'm going to try to bury my opponents in lands and spells.
Well, that sounds exciting. I look forward to exiling all of that and smashing it, because I am playing Eowyn, Fearless Knight. This is 2 and a red-white for a 3/4 haste human knight, and when she enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with greater power, and legendary creatures I control gain protection from each of the creature's colors until end of turn. So I am going to pull out some of my kind of Yorian tendencies, and I'm going to blink Eowyn over and over to exile all the big creatures that you guys put on the battlefield, while also giving my cards protection. I'm also going to use my blink cards on cards like Mere Battlesphere and Siege Gang Commander to make a nice army of tokens that are going to overwhelm you and possibly finish you with an Akroma's Will that would make them all hit extra hard with a variety of keywords. So that's what I'm doing.
That's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah, sounds on brand and scary.
Shea, what are you playing today?
Today I'm playing Smeagol, a helpful guide. He costs 1 in Golgari. He's a 4/2 halfling horror. And at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, the ring tempts you. He also says whenever the ring tempts you, target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped under your control, and the rest into their graveyard. So the whole idea for the deck today is to find ways for the ring to tempt me. One of the most accessible ways for me to do that is with Smeagol's ability himself. So I can sacrifice a creature, maybe like a token that's created by, a Scoot Swarm, to one of my sack outlets like Phyrexian Altar. But then, with Dúnedain Rangers on the battlefield, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you don't control a ring bearer, the ring tempts you. So essentially, the idea is to steal the land, it enters, making more tokens that I could sacrifice if I needed to, but with that land entering, that landfall triggers, and the ring tempts me again and again and again, and I can steal all your stuff and make you mill.
Stay away from Scoot Swarm. Stick to your Triumph of the Horde. Stick to your Crater of Behemoths. Scoot Swarm's mine.
I don't know about that. I does anybody else on this show have a Scoot Swarm victory? I believe I have a Scoot Swarm.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh my God.
Yeah. I think the Scoot Swarm is public domain. Voted.
I can't talk to you right now.
Okay, well, we're going to roll off and see who goes first. Okay, Blake won the die roll. Take it away, Blake.
All right, I will draw for turn. I will play Basic Island and pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Play an Exotic Orchard. I got no use for that blue mana in this deck. Go ahead, Shea.
That's why I played it.
All right, I will draw. Gonna play Besiju, who endures. I'm gonna tap it for a green. Cast Llanowar Elves and pass to Ben.
I'm going to play a Bountiful Promenade. I'll tap it and play an Elvish Mystic.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Blake.
All right. Draw for turn. I'm going to play a Forest. I'm going to cast a 3 visits, and I'm just going to get a Breeding Pool. And it'll be your turn, CGB.
Draw for turn. Mountain. Esper Sentinel. Your turn, Shea.
Draw. All right, I'm gonna play a Swamp. I'm gonna pay 3 to cast Smeagol. Helpful Guide. Then I'll pass to Ben.
Oh, man. I'm going to tap 2 for a Talisman of Unity. I'm not going to pay the 1.
I owe you one. Thank you.
I will tap the Talisman for a white and an Elvish Mystic. I'll take 1 damage from the Talisman and play Samwise Gamgee. Go ahead, Blake.
All right. I will untap. Draw for turn. I'm going to spend 3 for Galadriel of Lothlorien and pass to CGB.
All right, untap, draw. All right, I will play the Plains. Let's tap 2, and I'll play this Wall of Omens, and that will draw me a card. Then I will pass.
Untap. Draw. Play Urborg. Then I'll pay 3 to cast Nazgul.
Oh boy, let the temptation begin.
Yes. 1/2 Death Touch. When he enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you.
All right, so +1/+1 counter on your Wraiths, because the ring tempts you.
Yep.
Who is your ring bearer?
I think I want the Nazgul to be my ring bearer.
Okay.
And so the Wraith is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power.
And does Smeagol trigger?
And I do have a Smeagol trigger, yes, because the ring has tempted me. And so I'm going to target Blake to reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card.
Okay. Tamiyo's Epiphany, Joint Exploration, and a Forest.
I will take your forest. It goes
For
onto
you?
my battlefield tapped.
And it's a swamp.
And yep, those go to the graveyard. All right, I will pass the turn to Ben.
All right, I'll untap. Draw for a turn. I'll play a Gilded Goose, and I'll make a food from Gilded Goose and from Samwise Gamgee. Play an Exotic Orchard for turn. I'll cast Lightning Greaves.
Do you pay the one for my Esper Sentinel?
I will.
Oh.
And I'll go to equip Lightning Greaves to Samwise Gamgee. That's all for me, Blake. Go ahead.
I have an end step effect. I am going to cast Ephemerate, and I'm going to target my Wall of Omens. I'm going to exile it and return it to the battlefield and draw a card. And Ephemerate has rebound, so it happens again on my next upkeep. Proceed.
I love it. It's CGB doing CGB things. All right, I will draw for turn. I'm going to play a Prismatic Vista, and I just drew a card that I have been wanting to play in this deck. So we're going to play it. I'm going to cast Cryptic Annelid. This is a 1/4 that says when it enters the battlefield, scry 1, then scry 2, and then scry 3.
Ooh.
So we're going to start by scrying 1. I'm going to scry that to the bottom. And then this will trigger Galadriel to reveal the top card, and if it's a land, it goes on the battlefield. That's a Field of the Dead. So it's going to go onto the battlefield tapped. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of lands. I will now scry 2. I will put both on top, and I will reveal the Galadriel, which is a Reliquary Tower. That is my 7th type, but that doesn't happen until after all of this is taken care of. So now I scry 3. All right, I'm going to put 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. And I'm going to reveal, you guessed it, a land. I'm going to reveal a forest. So now that this is done resolving, I have now got 2 Field of the Dead triggers. So I'm going to get 2 2/2 black zombies. Now, just to prove a point to the guy playing Esper Sentinel, I'm attacking CGB for 3.
Block.
Okay, your turn. Let that be a lesson to you for playing Esper Sentinel.
Yeah, because clearly I'm the problem. Got it. On my upkeep, Ephemerate will get cast targeting my Wall of Omens. So I will draw another card, and then I'll do my usual draw step. I'll play a mountain. I will tap these to cast Cursed Mirror. This enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature on the battlefield until end of turn, except as haste. I'm going to make it a Wall of Omens and draw a card.
Nice. Are you jealous, Blake?
It's so turtle. I love it.
I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast Ambitious Farmhand, which is going to search my library for a Plains card and put it into my hand. Then I'm going to move to my end step, and I'm going to discard the Plains card. Because I don't need it. And I'm done.
Untap. Draw. I'll play Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, as my land for turn. Then I'll pay 3 for another Nazgul.
Oh boy.
Cool.
So when the Nazgul entered, the ring tempts me, which means that this Nazgul here gets 2 counters, and this one is at 3. Cool. And then I also have a Smeagol trigger because the ring has tempted me. Ben,
What's up?
let's look at the top of your library until you reach a land card.
I would love to. I really hope the first one is in the land because I actually do want things in my graveyard. Generous Gift. Path of Ancestry.
Okay, I will steal your Path of Ancestry. We'll come to my battlefield tapped. I'll move to combat. I'm gonna swing my, a 4/5 Nazgul to Blake. Okay, so on attack, I have a ring attack trigger, so I will draw a card. And then discard a card. Okay, on the discard, I'm gonna get rid of a Carrion Feeder.
I will take 4.
And that's all for me. Ben,
That's all.
your turn. That's all, folks.
I'll untap. Draw for turn. Right, I'll play a Gingerbread Cabin, which enters untap because Yavimaya. Thank you, Shea. And I'll make a food token. I'm going to play Eternal Witness, returning Generous Gift to my hand. All right, since I played my Eternal Witness, I'll make a food from Samwise Gamgee. Then it's your turn, Blake.
All right. We're going to untap, and I will cast something on my upkeep. All right. I'm going to spend 2 mana to cast in my upkeep a Deliberate. So I'm going to scry 2 and then draw a card.
Trigger Esper Sentinel.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have so much mana, but no, you've got enough cards. Screw you. I'm paying. Mm-hmm. Get paid, nerd. All right. So we're going to Deliberate now. All right. We're going to put 1 on top. And we're going to put 1 on bottom. And we will draw a card from Deliberate. And then this will trigger Galadriel. And I'm going to see Crucible of Worlds. Conduit of Worlds. So no hit.
No hit.
All right, now I will draw for my draw step. I'm going to play an Exotic Orchard for turn. This will trigger Field of the Dead, and I will get another zombie. I'm then going to spend 3 mana, and I'm going to cast Nissa, Steward of Elements for X = 1.
A Planeswalker.
A Planeswalker on the battlefield.
What?
If that's okay with everybody, going to enter with 1 counter, but I'm going to immediately tick her up to 3 and scry 2. Both of these are going on the bottom. And we're gonna reveal. Scoot Swarm.
Whoa.
Seems good.
I thought Shea had that card.
Oh, I got it too.
Public Scooties.
Couple of scooters. I'm going to finally cast Scour All Possibilities, which is scry 2, then draw a card. I'm gonna scry 2. I'm gonna leave them exactly as they are. I'll draw a card, and then I will reveal a forest, which will enter the battlefield, and Field of the Dead will make another 2/2.
Yep.
I'm actually just gonna pass on that for now.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah, just
Oh, I'm not used to that from you. Okay. I will untap and draw. I will play a Plains, and I will pass the turn.
fly.
At your end step, CGB,
Yo.
not Blake, I will tap paying 1 from the Unity, Talisman of Unity, and I will Generous Gift the Field of the Dead. That's going to get scary.
Wow, now you gift it. All right, that triggers Esper Sentinel.
I cannot pay.
So I will draw, but that's actually really good timing because I might have to discard to hand size.
And then I will respond by cracking my Prismatic Vista. All right, I got an island with the Prismatic Vista, and that will make another zombie. So I have 5 friends. That'll cost me 1 life. And then I think we're all good because my Field of the Dead
Boom.
gets murdered.
Okay, so also on CGB's end step, I'm gonna pay a black for a Vampiric Tutor.
Ooh, pay 2 life for that one.
Yes.
That triggers Esper Sentinel, Shea. Would you like to pay?
Whoa, yes.
Okay.
I have the mana, so I should do it. All right, I found my card. It's on the top of my library.
So can I discard now?
Oh, yeah.
You guys done?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, planes. Go ahead.
Cool. All right, I'll untap. Gonna pay 3 for a Scoot Swarm.
All right, all Scooty Patootie up in here today.
Yes, all the Scooty Patooties. Then I'll pay 2 for a shortcut to mushrooms.
Nice.
So when it enters, the ring tempts me. And then it says, at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, putting 1/1 counter on target creature you control.
All right, that is an Esper Sentinel trigger.
Sure is. You can have your card.
That's sweet.
Okay, so the ring tempts me, which means a few things happen. So first, let's take care of the Nazguls. So they will each get 2 more counters.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also my ring does a thing. So now whenever your ring bearer is blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. All right, and then I also have a Smeagol trigger. And there was one person who has not been targeted with the Smeagol trigger.
Is it my time?
Yes, it's your time.
All right, let's go. You get a command tower.
Right on.
I'll take it. Okay, time to think about combat. Oh, and actually, when that command tower enters, I have a Scoot Swarm trigger.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's my insect Scoot Swarm. Ben, I'm going to send my Nazgul at you.
The 6/7.
Nazgul got hungry.
On attack, I will draw a card and discard. All right, I will discard a Fiend Artisan.
I'll block with the Eternal Witness.
Okay,
And it will die.
it will die.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I think that's the end of all my things. I will pass to you, Ben.
Alright, I'll untap. We're playing Trail of Crumbs. When it enters the battlefield, I'll make a food token. Up to 5.
But will you pay for the Esper Sentinel?
I will. I'll tap my Gilded Goose to sacrifice a food, floating a green. I will use that green to pay for Trail of Crumbs. Look at the top 2 and reveal permanent card if there is one. I'll reveal a Arcane Signet and put it in my hand. And I'll put the other card at the bottom. Tapping 4 with Undaunted cost, because it's reduced by 1 for each opponent. And I'll play Seeds of Renewal, returning 2 cards from my graveyard to my hand, and then I exile Seeds of Renewal. And I'll just return the 2 cards from my graveyard to my hand.
What were they again?
They were Eternal Witness and Generous Gift.
Okay.
And I'll pass to you, Blake.
All right, I'm going to untap. All right, I will draw for turn. I'm going to move to combat immediately.
Whoa, that's
Whoa,
so
not
fast.
that's not a Blake move.
Hello?
I'm sending my 5 zombies and a 3/3 at Shea.
Whoa.
Dude. I think you're just jelly in my Scoot Swarm, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think.
That's
I don't
what's
think
happening.
it's close.
Okay, I'll block the 3/3, and then I'll take 10 from the zombies.
Oh, wow. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plus Nissa to 5. So I'm going to scry 2. We will put them both on top in a different order, and I'm going to reveal a Dreamroot Cascade, which is going to enter the battlefield. I'm going to cast a Whelming Wave.
Ah! All right. That is an Esper Sentinel trigger.
I'll pay.
All right. So everything except
Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents.
fresh out of those on my board. How about you guys?
Me too. Yeah. I got a bird. That's the closest
Yeah,
thing.
I don't think I have any of those.
All right. No response here.
No response.
Pick them up.
All right, I'm going to tap my last 4 mana to play a Conduit of Worlds. And I am going to replay out of my graveyard my Field of the Dead.
Oh, no. It's back.
So that's going to make another 2/2 zombie. And then I'm going to pass to CGB.
Who on end step has an effect, actually.
Ooh.
I know, surprising. An Archangel Avacyn.
Oh.
Flash, Flying Vigilance. My creatures gain indestructible. Is it my
Nice.
turn?
Sure is.
All right, now they lose it.
Nice.
Untap, draw. All right, let's have some fun. Wall of Omens, let's draw. 3 mana. Here's one you probably haven't seen. This is Drugar Hedge Mage. And when this enters the battlefield, if I control 2 or more mountains, I may destroy target artifact. And if I control 2 or more planes, I may destroy target enchantment. So I'm going to destroy the Conduit of Worlds, and then I have to pick an enchantment. Now I'm tempted very, very much to hit the Trail of Crumbs, but because it gives me real, and I mean real Eldraine post-traumatic stress vibes. But I do need Ben to use the generous gift on that Field of the Dead before that all happens again. So if I target Shea's mushrooms and not your trail, do you promise to generous gift the Field of the Dead?
Absolutely.
All right, then that's the deal. Mushrooms,
My
Conduit.
mushrooms.
My conduit.
I'm going to replay Esper Sentinel because that's going well for me. And I'm going to attack Nissa with a 4/4 flying Vigilant Archangel Avacyn.
My zombie tries to block but cannot. So this will go to 1.
I will move to my end step and discard a basic Plains. Your turn, Shea.
It is not safe to be a basic planes in CGP's deck.
Seriously. All right, I'll untap. 3 for Smeagol. And also pay 3 for a Nazgul.
I feel like we know this story.
We know this story. Yes. Okay, so when it enters the battlefield, the ring tempts me. I will target the Nazgul again as the ring bearer. And that was the 4th time I've been tempted, so the ring is at full power. Ooh. Okay, so with my Smeagol trigger, Blake, you're the target.
All right, Heroic Intervention and a Guildless Commons. That's pretty good. So this is a land that taps for 2 mana, but when it enters the battlefield, you return a land to your hand. Owner's hand, so don't bounce one that you stole from us.
Yeah.
Thief.
Okay, well, I will take this swamp. Okay, and then I'll play that swamp as my land for turn. Pass to Ben.
All right. I'll untap. I'll tap 2 for an Arcane Signet. 2 more for Samwise Gamgee. He's back. I'll equip the Lightning Greaves to him.
Ben, I have a quick question about your Arcane Signet. I should have
Yes.
done it sooner. Esper Sentinel?
No. Go ahead and draw.
Love you, Ben.
Second main, I'll tap 3 and destroy that Field of the Dead again.
Luckily, I got an elephant nearby.
Now I'll pass it over to you, Blake.
All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 for Galadriel. All right, now I'm gonna cast another great magic card. For 6 mana, I'm going to cast the Temporal Anchor. This says, at the beginning of my upkeep, scry 2, and whenever I choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of my library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of my library. During my turn, I may play cards exiled with the Temporal Anchor. So basically, when I bottom cards from scrying, I get to play them on my turn. Oh, CGP, come on.
You pay the one?
I paid it so good. And then I'm going to plus Nissa. So I'm going to scry 2. I'm going to put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. The card I put on bottom is Tatiova Benthic Druid.
Which is now exiled with the Temporal Anchor, which means you can cast it on your turn.
On my turn. Yep. That will then trigger Galadriel, and I'm going to put an Alchemist Refuge onto the battlefield tapped. CGB, it's going to be your turn, friend. Pal, buddy.
All right, I will tap 5, and we're going to play a fun card that is called Guardian Scale Lord. This is a 3/4 dragon with backup 1, and the abilities that it gives backup to are flying, and whenever this creature attacks, return target non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the creature's power. Right now, I don't have any non-lands.
All swamp.
So it's fine. Don't worry about it. That said, I'm still going to back up my Esper Sentinel. So it will now be pay the 2 and have a +1/+1 counter.
Nice.
Then I'm going to move to combat, and I am going to attack Blake. I'm going to attack Nissa with Archangel Avacyn, and I'm going to attack Blake with a 2/2 flying Esper Sentinel and a 2/2 Dwarf Shaman. Just on the ground, 2/2 Dwarf Shaman. Coming in your general direction.
Looks like I'm taking 4, and this is gonna die? Because I don't want to block your 2/2.
That is all fine with me.
And I will take 4.
All right, let's tap 2 for an ambitious farmhand and search our library for a basic plains. For my land for turn, I'm going to play a Boros Garrison and return the Exotic Orchard to my hand. Then I'm going to move to my end step, where I am going to discard
Basic planes.
an Exotic Orchard. Go ahead, Shea.
So strange. Okay. Untap. I'm gonna pay 3 for Scoot Swarm.
It's back.
It's back. Then I'll pay 3 more for, you guessed it, Nazgul.
We've been here before.
I was gonna say.
Weird how those bounce
Yeah,
spells
before.
work.
We're going in circles.
Going in circles. Okay, so the ring tempts me. This is going to get 2 counters. This Nazgul, and then this one will also get 2 counters, so it's gonna go to 3. Then I've also got a Smeagol trigger. All right, I'll leave Blake alone for a little bit. Ben,
Okay.
I'll target you.
Here we go. Tashar.
Ooh, that's
Urza
a good one to
Saga.
hit. Oh,
There you go. See, I got juicy land.
Juicy. Okay, yeah, I'll snag that Urza Saga. That is a land entering the battlefield, which means I've got a Scoot Swarm trigger. Okay, so there's my copy of the Scoot Swarm. Moving to combat. Swinging the Nazgul at Blake. Got an attack trigger. I will draw and discard. We'll discard a Bloodghast.
Ooh,
That's value.
hello.
That's value.
I'm gonna double block.
Okay.
And at the end of combat, though she would only normally kill one because it's the ring bearer, I lose both.
All right, then I'll play a Forest as my land for turn. And when that happens, I've got a Bloodghast trigger. So I will return it to the battlefield. So with that Forest entering, I'm going to get 2 more Scoot Swarms. All right, pay 1 for a Skull Clamp.
Oh, that's good. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you pay the 2 for my Esper Sentinel?
Ooh. I can and I will.
Whoa.
And then I would like to put the Skull Clamp on the Bloodghast. Okay, so that will kill the Bloodghast. And then I will draw 2 cards off the Skull Clamp. Okay, moving to my end step. The ring will tempt me because of Smeagol, and then when the ring tempts me, that's also going to trigger my Nazgul. Cool, so let's target Blake.
Okay. Retreat to Coralheim. Pongify. Lost Isle Calling. And a Thespian Stage.
That's a cool land.
Whoa! Okay, so I will steal that Thespian Stage. I'm gonna resolve this Nazgul trigger. So it's gonna go up another one, up to 3. And then the Thespian Stage is going to trigger Scoot Swarm and Bloodghast. So I'll have 8 total Scoot Swarms, and then I will return Bloodghast to the battlefield.
You also get to declare a ring bearer.
I also get to yes, the ring bearer. So I am going to have Scoot Swarm be my ring bearer. Oh, wow, okay, my brain feels mushy. I think that's all I can do right now.
Sure.
Pass to Ben.
Play a Gavany Township for turn. Play the Great Henge.
Whoa, that's a card.
It's here, reduced
And
by
an Esper
2,
Sentinel trigger.
which I will not pay.
All right.
Wow.
Love
Actually,
that.
can't pay. Tap the Great Henge for 2 green, gaining 2 life. Oh, back up to 40. And for one of those green, I will play the Gilded Goose, creating 2 food tokens, one from the Gilded Goose and one from Samwise himself, going up to 6.
Dude, the goose has never had so much to feed on.
Yeah. And Great Henge will put a counter on Gilded Goose, and I'll draw a card.
All right, Ben.
Yeah, what's up? With the second floating green, I'll play an Elvish Mystic, doing the same process again. I'll get 1 more food from Samwise, get another, or a counter on Elvish Mystic, and I'll draw a card. Go ahead, Blake.
All right, I will untap. On my upkeep, the Temporal Anchor will trigger and I will scry 2. I will put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. Exiling Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. This will trigger Galadriel, and I will put a Verdant Catacombs onto the battlefield. And then I will draw for turn. All right, CGB. I got a
Yo.
little dealio for you, pal.
Okay.
You
I'm
guys
listening.
you guys know I have a Scoot Swarm in hand from earlier.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. I thought you were asking.
No.
You do.
No, exclamation point. Yeah.
And so, I won't play my Scoot Swarm for 2 turn cycles if you block Galadriel with only your farmhand.
Because then Avacyn flips and wipes out her Scoot Swarm.
Correct. But you don't have to worry about my Scoot Swarms.
And 2 turn cycles starting including this one?
No. So my next turn and the turn after that, I won't play my Scoot Swamp.
And then the Scooty Patooties start?
And then if by then you haven't figured out an answer, yeah, you can start living with that.
I'm all right with this. Yeah, I'm all right with this. But you can't pay the 2.
Ever or just this
On your
time?
next, this is going to die. If you cast a spell this turn, no paying the 2. He's not going to play one.
I will. All right, we're going to start by paying 5 for Tatiova. I'm going to play Island, which will gain me a life and draw a card.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to spend 4 mana for that Cryptic Annelid. So I'm going to scry 1, 2, 3.
Here we go again.
So we're going to scry 1. I'm going to put it on the bottom, which will exile to the Temporal Anchor, and I will flip nothing. I will show a negate. I will then scry 2. I'm going to flip them around, and I will show a Forest, which will gain me a life and draw a card after all said and done.
Okay, so that's 1 Tatiova that coming up at the end of the sequence.
Yep. And then I will...
And when you scry...
I kept one on top, and I kept both on top.
Okay, because when you keep on top, it doesn't... Okay.
Yep. And then I will scry 3. All right, I'm going to put 2 on top, and I'm going to put 1 on the bottom, but it will get exiled. It's an Apex Devastator. Ooh. And then I will show you guys a Forest, which is another Tatiova trigger. So Cryptic Annelid has done resolving. I'm going to go ahead and resolve my 2 Tatiova triggers, if you guys are okay with that. Draw a card, gain a life. Draw a card, gain a life. I'm going to move to combat.
Yeah?
CGB?
Yeah.
Attacking you with a 3/3.
I will block with my Wall of Farmhands. And, Ambitious Farmhand will die.
Sounds good.
Trigger Avacyn.
All right. I'm going to pass my turn.
I will untap, and on my upkeep, Archangel Avacyn will trigger. That flip is on the stack. And then on the backside, what it says is when this transforms into Avacyn the Purifier, it does 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent.
I got a little response.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to spend 2 mana, and I'm going to cast Bombadil's Song. And I'm going to target my Tatiova. This says, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn, and the ring tempts me. So that will let Tatiova survive. The ring tempts me, so I will choose Tatiova as my ring bearer, and it'll go to the first level. This will trigger Galadriel, and I will scry 3.
Okay.
All of them on top in this order, and then I will reveal from Galadriel, and I'm going to reveal a Simic Growth Chamber, which will trigger to return an island to my hand.
That is a Tatiova trigger.
That is a Tatiova trigger. I will gain a life and draw a card. And then everything can resolve now.
All right. 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent.
So I think that's going to kill everything except for my Nazgul.
No responses.
No responses.
Ben?
Okay, I have a response. I'm going to sacrifice 3 foods by using Samwise's ability. Going down to 4 foods. And I will return Teshar, Ancestor's Apostle, to my hand from my graveyard.
All right. Any other responses here?
None for me.
3 damage. Pow, 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 pow. And you guys take 3 to face. My Hedge Mage and my Esper Sentinel will go to the graveyard.
I will keep my commander in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense with a Teshar in your hand. All right. I will draw for turn, because didn't do that yet. So how big is Tatiova right now?
It's a 4/4 until end of turn. Well, it's technically a 4/1 until end of turn.
It's got 4 power? That's what you're saying?
Well, could be.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to play Eowyn, the Fearless Knight, a 3/4, and when it enters the battlefield, exile target creature Blake controls with greater power.
Oh, well, that's mine.
That is out of there.
Tatiova gets exiled.
Legendary creatures now gain protection from green and blue until the end of my turn. Moving to combat, I will attack my good friend Blake,
Little old me.
who made a deal with me, but that definitely doesn't give you immunity. And I'm going to attack you with Avacyn, Eowyn, and the Guardian Scalelord.
Ooh.
Yep. I'm going to return a non-land permanent, mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. I'm going to get the Hedge Mage, and I am going to destroy the Temporal Anchor and the Trail of Crumbs.
No! My Trail of Crumbs. I have no response. Wah.
Wah. All right, that is 9, 10, 11, 12 coming at you, Blake.
I got no blocks.
I will play a Path of Ancestry tapped. I am also going to continue bullying the table by casting this Skyclave Apparition. And Skyclave Apparition is going to exile the Skull Clamp. Yep.
That makes sense.
So, Shea, if this dies, you get a 1/1 illusion creature token. I'll just put this tentacle token under there to remember what it is.
Cool.
I'm going to play a tapped Sacred Foundry as my land for turn, and I'm going to pass.
Also, my Urza Saga will trigger. So now it goes to 2. Okay, I'm going to pay 1 for a Soul Ring.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, tapping. Just a chill 8. I'm going to cast Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded.
The blood became foul.
It's foul.
That's
That
a
is
demonic
pretty
tutor.
foul.
It's pretty foul.
A demonic tutor on a demon.
Okay, so I will pay 2 and tap my Urza Saga to create a construct, a 2/2 construct. Okay, I made my construct. Then I'm gonna pay 2 life using Razaketh's ability to sacrifice it and search my library for a card. Okay, I found my card. It's gonna go to hand. I'm gonna send the Nazgul to CGB.
I will block with the Hedge Mage. In the graveyard is where it belongs.
Then I'm gonna pass to Ben.
All right. I'll untap. I'm going to play Tashar, Ancestors Apostle. You guys didn't know I had that card. So that will trigger Great Henge, giving it a 1/1 counter, and I'll draw a card. Tapping 4 for Bill the Pony.
Bill the Pony.
I'll also gain 2 life from the Great Henge by tapping it. Bill the Pony will get a counter, and I'll draw a card from him. When he enters the battlefield, I'll create 2 food tokens, going up to 6.
Technically, before that happens, though, wouldn't Tashar resolve before this enters the battlefield?
Very much so, yes.
Yes.
So-
yes. Yeah, Blake, you're right. Because I cast a historic spell, I will return a creature card with mana value of 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. And just look at that. Here comes Samwise out from the dead. Before Bill enters, Sam gets returned by Tashar, putting a 1/1 counter on him and drawing a card. And then Bill will also make a 3rd food because of Sam. Going up to 7 food. Have this for a Soul Ring. Okay, the Soul Ring is an historic spell, so I'll return another creature with mana value of 3 or less from a graveyard to the battlefield. I'll choose the Gilded Goose, which will enter with a counter from the Great Henge. And I'll draw a card. And when the goose enters, I'll make 2 more foods, going up to 9.
Oh my god.
1 from the goose, 1 from Sam.
It's
One
all
from the
coming
goose.
together.
One from the gander.
Okay, I'll equip Lightning Greaves to Tashar. And I'll go to combat. I'm going to swing 3 at CGB.
All right, I can't block that, so I'll go to 37.
I will pass the turn to Blake after that.
All right. I will spend 5 mana to replay Galadriel. I will spend 5 mana with the Simic Growth Chamber. And I will cast Horses of Bruinen.
What?
This returns up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. I scry 1, and then the ring tempts you.
Ooh.
That's going to bounce the Daemon.
I mean, should it bounce the Daemon, or should it bounce the Eowyn? That might do something about the Daemon.
Ooh.
All right, but you can't touch any of my stuff, so get wrecked.
Really quick.
Well,
let's
just
talk
think.
about
Let's
this.
think
Let's
about
talk
it.
about
Let's
it.
like have a
I
little
just got
chit
food
chat.
going
Let's
on
talk about
over
this.
here.
We have a lot of problems. All right.
do.
We've got the Razaketh, we've got the Tashar, and it's protected by Lightning Greaves, right? Right. So, I'm thinking if you give me back the Eowyn and the Skyclave Apparition, and I don't attack you with anything, I'll be able to play the Eowyn to hit the Razaketh. The Apparition can hit the Tashar after I bring back the Hedge Mage to hit the Greaves.
Is this our second deal in a one game?
Maybe, but I won't attack you after this one.
We're going to shake with our other hands this
The other
time.
hand? I don't know how to shake with this
Well,
hand.
we're going to learn.
And weird.
Oh.
Isn't that bad luck, you guys, or something?
I
I thought it was.
Give it back! All right, in that case, I will bounce 2 of CGB's creatures, which is what I wanted to do anyway. I will bounce the Skyclave Apparition and Eowyn.
Slight downside might be that Shea gets this 1/1 illusion that she might sacrifice.
I think in the grand scheme, we'll be okay. I also scry 1, and I'll put that on the bottom. I'll scry 1 from Horses of Bruinen, and then I will reveal with Galadriel. It's a Greensleeves. Now the ring will tempt me. I will choose the Cryptic Annelid to be my ring bearer, and I have a ring on 2 now. That will let me scry 3 from Galadriel. I'm going to put 2 on top and 1 on bottom. And I will choose not to reveal with Galadriel. Going to cast a Seer Visions. I'll draw a card. I'm going to scry 2.
So much.
Put this on top. And I will choose not to reveal with Galadriel. I'm then going to spend 5 mana tapping Verdant Catacombs because of the Yavimaya. I'm going to play Greensleeves. It's a 15/15.
Oof.
Jesus.
And then, as my land for turn, I will play an island, because I haven't played a land for turn. This will make this guy 16/16, and I'm going to have...
You're going to get a 3/3 Badger.
I'm going to get a Badger, dude. And on that super relaxed turn, I'm going to pass.
Time to have a fun little deals turn. I'm going to play a Sundown Pass as my land. I'm going to tap 4 and cast Eowyn, Fearless Knight. If that enters the battlefield, I'm going to attempt to exile Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded.
Well, yeah, when that enters, I'm gonna respond by using Razaketh's ability to sacrifice this, what was it?
An illusion.
An illusion, yes, and pay 2 life to go snag a card. Okie doke, I grab my card.
All right, does Eowyn's exile work out?
Yes.
All right, moving to combat. My legendary creatures do have protection from black until end of turn, if that's relevant. Eowyn will attack Shea, and Avacyn the Purifier and the Guardian Scale Lord will attack Ben in the air for 9. On attacks, Guardian Scale Lord will trigger, and it will return the Hedge Mage to the battlefield again. The targets are going to be the Lightning Greaves on Ben's board and the Urza's Saga on Shea's board.
I have a response. In response, I'm Swords to Plowsharing the Hedge Mage, so it never comes back.
Yeah, that resolves. The Hedge Mage is exiled. I will gain 2 life.
I will sacrifice a food using Bill the Pony's ability to make the Gilded Goose block as if with its toughness, essentially.
Okay, so it has butt blocking.
Yeah, butt blocking, and it will block Avacyn.
Okay, so that's going to deal 3 to it.
Yep,
Avacyn has 5 toughness.
I know.
Okay, then Gilded Goose dies and you take 3. And Shea, you take 3 commander.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to tap 3, cast Skyclave Apparition. Let's exile the Tashar.
It is gone.
I'm just going to put this little 4 dice here that is going to represent the illusion that Ben gets if the Skyclave Apparition dies or leaves the battlefield. Then I'm going to pass the turn. Go ahead, Shea.
All right. I'm going to start by casting a Llanowar Elves.
Oh, that's what you tutored
fine,
for.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fine tutor.
Not scary. Nothing scary there. Then I will pay 3 for a Phyrexian Altar.
It's like a little
Just
scarier.
look at my hand really quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That resolves.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Then I'm going to tap 5 to cast Smeagol.
Smeagol is back for the precious. Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
Smeagol is back for the precious. Next, I'm going to pay 4 for a Dúnedain Rangers.
Wait, so is that the combo?
Yeah. Wait, how close are we? I don't see the Scoot Swarm.
You don't see the Scoot Swarm.
Scoot Swarm doesn't matter for this.
Yeah, maybe I don't need the Scoot Swarm.
Does anybody have an answer? Because I'm kind of worried that this is some sort of infinite combo.
So, yeah, how this works is whenever a land enters the battlefield under her control, if she doesn't control Ring Bearer, the ring tempts her. So every time the ring tempts her, the Smeagol does the thing where we mill and give her land, which creates another landfall trigger, which creates another mill.
And she sacks the ring bearer. Okay, well, does somebody have an answer?
I do not.
No, I don't either. Okay.
Okay, let's give this thing a shot. So I'm going to sacrifice the Llanowar Elves to the Phyrexian Altar and create 1 black mana.
And that's because on end step you need that trigger.
That is correct. And so then Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move to my end step. And as I do, that's going to trigger that's gonna trigger Smeagol, which will mean that the ring is tempting me.
Okay, so who is your ring bearer?
The ring bearer is gonna be the Nazgul.
Okay, Smeagol ability triggers. Who are you targeting?
I'm gonna target, might as well keep it consistent, Blake.
I'm here for it. Titania and then a forest. Hey, look at that. It's like a scribe.
Whoa.
There you go. Don't spend it all in one place.
I'm gonna steal your forest.
Okay.
And when I do, I have a landfall trigger in 2 places. So I've got a Bloodghast landfall trigger and a Dundane Rangers landfall trigger.
The Bloodghast is how she's going to keep getting the creature to sacrifice to keep it going.
So in response to those landfall triggers, I'm going to sacrifice the Nazgul to the Phyrexian altar.
And that's because it says that you don't get a ring bearer trigger unless if you already have one.
That is correct, yep. So that will go away, and I no longer have a ring bearer, and then I'll let those triggers, the landfall triggers, resolve. So let's bring back the Bloodghast, and now we have a Dundane Rangers trigger. The ring tempts me yet again.
And who's going to be the ring bearer?
The ring bearer is going to be the Bloodghast.
Okay, and who's the target for Smeagol?
Blake.
Okay. For C, tell G-Lod justice and a beside you who endures.
Okay, and so with that land entering, we have a loop situation going on, and so that's going to happen again and again and again. I'm going to go in the order of Ben, Blake, and CGB until your libraries get pretty low. Then we'll slow things down. I'll be a little bit more selective. But, all right, let's do the loop. Okay, how many do you have left, Ben?
Question. 7.
All right, 6, 7, like 9?
9 for me.
All right, now it gets interesting.
Gosh, okay.
Come on, you know I got one more.
Yeah, now the choices matter. Okay, let's go, Ben.
Okay.
Come on, Ben. Ah!
Dang it.
Blake's at 9. Let's go, Blake.
Temple of Mystery.
All right.
CGB?
Me?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Panharmonic.
Please.
Oh!
Come on!
Two left.
Oh my god.
Only 2 left?
2
Okay.
left.
I think it's gotta be Ben. Let's see
Okay,
it.
okay.
Oh my goodness.
Forest.
Oh!
I have 3 left.
Who is it gonna be?
Blake, let's see it.
Good choice. Island. No, not a good choice.
All right,
I can't believe that was
what's your
that was
number, Blake?
risky.
What's your number?
Looks like 6 or
6.
6.
6, 2, and 3.
Blake again.
Okay.
When's it gonna stop? Oh, shoot.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! One more!
Oh!
That ends the cycle.
That ends the cycle.
Just
So,
me.
you have a ton of mana, and you have all these enter the battlefield.
Yep, so out of all the lands, I did get 2 Besagus, but they are going to poof, go away because I have one on the battlefield already. Because of the legend rule. Okay, so all of that happened in my end step. Bloodghast is the ring bearer. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Ben?
Okay, I'll untap.
Shea's new career as a landlord is going well.
Nice. I'll reach over my large graveyard to draw for my draw step. Okay, well, since I don't want to deck myself, I'm going to sacrifice 3 food, going down to 5, and I will return a historic spell from my graveyard. Okay, I'll get back the Haywire Might, because if I play more creatures, I'm going to deck myself. Let's have the Great Henge for 2 floating green.
Oh, you're up to
Gain
38.
2 life. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you're very healthy.
And I'll play the Haywire Might. When it enters, I'll get a 1/1 counter from the Great Henge and draw my second to last card. I'll also make a food from Samwise Gamgee. And I'm going to use that other green floating to destroy my own Great Henge, just so I can try to have another turn. So I'll sacrifice my Haywire Might to target the Great Henge. By sacrificing the Haywire Might, I'll gain 2 life. And I'll exile my own Great Henge. Okay, I'll sacrifice 3 foods, going down to 3 to get the Feasting Troll King up and running. And I'll make a food from Samwise. Sacking those 3 foods, I'll get Academy Manufactor back to my hand using Samwise's ability.
Oh no, not that too.
I'll tap 3 to play Academy Manufactor. My best friend's back.
That will trigger Sam, so you get the 3 things.
I get a food, going up to 2 of those, and a treasure, and a clue. And I'm just gonna hope something good happens. Your turn, Blake.
Oh, you want something good to happen?
Oh,
All right.
What you got, Blake?
Can untap.
Got a little upkeep effect.
Okay, on my upkeep.
On my upkeep, Cyclonic Rift.
I'm gonna activate Alchemist's Refuge, so all my spells have flashed this turn.
Oh, man.
I will move to my draw step and immediately die.
I will untap.
I get all of my lands back, Shea. Give them back right now. No, don't give them back right now. It's fine.
I have 2 cards in my library. Some of you may be wondering, what can you do with 2 cards in your library? What could one possibly do with only 2 cards in the library?
I bet you're wondering that too.
I bet many people are wondering that. I might be one of them. No, I know exactly what 2 cards in the library can do. All right, Shea. I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a Chroma's Will with my commander on the battlefield. And I am going to attack you with creatures that have now gained Flying, Vigilance, Double Strike, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Protection from all colors. They're all coming at Shea, Vigilant and all. I'm going to trigger the Guardian Scale Lord, and I am not going to get back Spirited Companion. just putting that out there.
Wall of Omens.
I'm going to get back Lorn of the Third Path, which is going to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and it's going to be the Academy Manufactor.
No,
Ben.
my buddy?
Yes.
My buddy, my
I've
friend.
had enough of extra tokens for no reason. So Shea, first wave of Double Strike is 1, 2, 3, 9, 12, 14.
That's 14 damage.
Second wave of Double Strike is the same. Another 14.
Da, 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 from the top rope.
With 1 card in the library.
Anything? Let me think. No.
All those lands.
All those
please,
tapped lands.
please give us back our lands, Shea. Return them to their owners.
Here you go, guys.
Here. Oh, you're not even gonna sword them. That's so rude.
All right, Ben, you have 1 card in your library. I have 67 health. Go.
I'm trying to think of how to make you draw a card.
See if you can do it, man. Actually, Ben, before you go,
Yes.
I have one more play.
Yeah?
Just to make things a little easier for you.
What?
Just to make them fair. I'm going to cast Elish Norn, Mother of Machines.
Get wrecked.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll draw my last card. At least.
I hope it's a
at
banger,
first.
dude.
Oh,
gotta
such
be.
a banger. Play my Sun Petal Grove that I just drew. Heck yeah. Okay, I investigated. I didn't find some way to make CGB draw a card so he would die on his upkeep and I would win with no library. So I'm just gonna go out, take myself with me. I'm gonna tap this Soul Ring to sack a clue to draw a card and I'll die.
You investigated a cliff and you fell right off.
You investigated
Yeah.
both the top and bottom.
I
of
was
the
too
cliff.
busy looking at the ground with my magnifying glass and I just fell right off.
So I win with
You
1
win.
card in my deck.
That's crazy.
In my Boros deck.
Yeah, what the heck?
Eowyn takes down the Witch King, all of you. We fought till literally the last man.
We really did.
Oh. Okay, let's get our CoolStuffInc.com card of the game. Okay, and we're back. And my CoolStuff.com card of the game is Tashar. I knew this card was good, but until I read it a few times, I didn't realize how good. It really pulled through. CGB was really scared of it. just kept getting back stuff, or potentially could have if it had not been exiled.
Yeah, that might have been me.
Blake, what was your card of the game?
Well, honorable mention to Galadriel. This was one of the more fun decks I've played in a while. I really liked the scry aspect. My draws were always kind of bangers, and I just kept playing lands, and it was great. But my actual card of the game was actually Cryptic Annelid. Some random uncommon. It's a 4-mana 1/4, and it just was a 4-mana 1/4 that ramped me 3 times. It was sick. You don't get that for 4 mana.
No,
So,
not really.
Cryptic Annelid, amazing in this deck.
I'm going to give my card of the game to Archangel Avacyn. She came down and attacked down the Nissa Planeswalker, flipped to kill the Scoot Swarms, and set me up for great success. I think she's an absolute banger.
And my card of the game is Smeagol. I had so much fun with this deck. I feel like there's so many things that you can do with it, so many different ways that you could build, and really great value immediately. I mean, like, it was, as soon as he was played, stuff was happening.
Yeah.
Would you say he's your precious?
My precious. Yes, I would.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. This is always the best time to stay to the end and give your support and love for the show. And always, remember,
You're
cool.
Dude, you're cool?
you're
cool.
You're cool.
You're cool.
Who's cool?
Guys,
cool.
guys,
They're cool?
like we've done it before. 1, 2, 3.
You're
They're
cool.
cool.